ladies and gents. As I said in a couple of videos as of late, it has been a really long road. But again, we've made it this far. If we made it this far, we can make it even further. I just did a video talking about taxes. Y'all seen the video. Well, those of you who haven't bothered to watch or pay attention, hold on. It's called the non-taxpayer and taxes and advantages. The advantages is not the tax advantage, it's the people who are trying to take advantage. Got Michael playing in the background. He wants to keep something in the closet. Oh God, what closet was he talking about? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to understand something about taxes. It isn't that people are afraid to talk to you about taxes. It's just the ones who do, well, they end up coming up with all kind of junk on them and causing them all kind of problems with the courts and all of that. I'm going to put it to you like this. The video that I pointed out to you, the gentlemen are right. You have to recognize what a taxpayer is. If you are a taxpayer, according to the code, and this video is not about taxes, it's about your property, but we're going to go to the code because I need to show you something about the code. So we're going to do general. Oh, she doesn't. Oh. Anyway. Now, we want to do IRS. Now, I just want you guys to pay attention because many of you guys who are doing taxes, y'all don't understand what's going on. So we're going to go to, there's something about you, baby, that makes me want to get into you. Why does he want to get into her? How does he want to get into her? Do y'all see how nasty this man was? Whatever you do, keep it in the closet. Can't say too much about keeping it in the closet because apparently E.J. Johnson, Magic Johnson's son, is supposed to be out of the closet. When did he come out of the closet? At birth? Is that the out of the closet he was talking about? Because, man, I ain't never seen a picture of that fool. But I took a picture, took a look at some of the pictures on YouTube about him. Hold on, let's go to this one. Ladies and gentlemen, how can you not tell what that is? Well, technically you can't tell what that is, but Lord have mercy. Okay, let's blow it up so you guys, wrong blowing. Come on. Right there, how can you not tell what that is? Talk about coming out of the closet. What closet was he in? Okay, I apologize. Whew. Lord have mercy. When I saw that, I'm like, what? I thought it was a woman, y'all. But then I saw what you don't know about Magic Johnson's son. Okay, I guess like father, like son, huh? Oh, no, you didn't just cut up here and say like father, like son. I don't want Eddie Murphy. I don't care about Eddie Murphy. Let's go here. Ladies and gentlemen, I just downloaded the general instruction. Oh, I haven't downloaded it yet. I'm downloading it now. As soon as it finishes downloading, keep it in the closet. We're going to go ahead and open it up. Now this is for 1099. They'll say, that's 1099, that's not 1040. You're supposed to be looking at the one for 1040. E40 or 1040. Okay. Oh, there's something about you, baby. There's something about you, baby. We're looking for who is required to file. Hold on. Safe harbor reminders, electronic filing, payee, reporting, items you should note, available, don't care about, who must file. Pay attention. All of their forms are going to have this. Want to let you know how much of a suggestion this stuff is. Pay attention. Generally, if you receive a Form 1099 for amounts that actually belong to another person, you are considered a nominee recipient. You must file a Form 1099. Now that's 1099, okay? I pulled that up because I'm gonna need that because we're working with a bunch of things, 1099s. But let's do general instructions, and we're gonna do whatever we do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Keep it in the closet. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand when he came up with the title for this song, In the Closet, there is no way in the world that man did not know what he was doing. Okay? So I'm just telling you all the way it is. You see, we have instructions for the 1099. Let's make sure you guys understand. People have asked me about this. I have somebody that I've been talking to, and December of last year, he called me up. And when he called me up December of last year, he was asking how does he report his taxes. And guess what, y'all? I told him. So he went to his employer and he filled out the form. He put exempt. And then after he did exempt, okay, pay attention. 6 months later, in June, he redid it and did 3 so-called dependents. This is the best way that you ensure that you not only get what you got coming as far as all the monies you get for the year, you get all of that. But see, I'm going to tell it to you like this. I want you to pay attention. I'm going to tell it to you like this. I can't play this song because I don't know it. And that was Rakim and Eric B. And let me tell you the name of that song. It's In the Ghetto. And I like Rakim, Eric B. But I can't tell you if it's got curse words in it or not because I don't know the song. So I can't play it in the background because if one curse word plays, I have to redo the whole video. Yes, that's my policy. So I will not put that out there, videos with curse words. Okay? And when I download songs, I download whole albums. Alright. We are not worried about what's new, but pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. What is the Taxpayer Advocate Service? We don't care about the Taxpayer Advocate Service. Okay, we don't care about how to reach y'all or none of that. We don't care about the Obamacare Act either. Okay, what I'm looking for, why have 49 million Americans use Free File? Nobody cares about no stupid Free File. I was just looking for due date, return, delay, refunds, delivery service, cash payment options. They just sucker people into all this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure that you all understand. We're going to go here. And I want the general information because they will always give you this general information junk. This is a lot of information for y'all because with corporations, they don't have all this stuff. Okay? How to avoid common mistakes. I want general instructions. Okay? Let's do the introduction. Mission to provide Americans, taxpayers, top quality service. Okay, this only applies to taxpayers, ladies and gentlemen. You are a taxpayer if you meet certain qualifications. Well, your wages are not taxpayer wages unless you are a individual registered with the Secretary of State, blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. Join the 8 in 10 taxpayers who get their refunds faster. This is for taxpayers. Okay? I can't make you a taxpayer. Only you can make you a taxpayer. Okay, so when you do the W-9s or the W-4s or the W-2s, whichever one people have to do for employers, you can easily fill that out. You can easily check exempt. You can easily put void after your signature. Because many of you are having your employer garnish your wages. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you are having your employers garnish your wages because of some tax levy or tax lien. Do you know that all you need to do is redo that form? That's the form that's causing your employer to garnish your wages. It's not a court order. Well, those of you who have a court order, that's a different thing. But those of you who don't have a court order, they're just garnishing your wages. You need to understand that's because you volunteered to let them do that when you fill up 1040, 1099. I mean, 1040, nothing, the W9, W2, W4s. Okay? You volunteered to let them do that. So don't get mad at them for doing something you said it's okay, you can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's me, I'm going to put exempt. You cannot garnish my, not wages. Notice how they say wages. I don't want you to do my wages. I don't want no French fries. Wedgies. He's trying to correlate the wedgies and wages, and he's trying to say wedges and wages are the same thing. Oh, God, this is hilarious. Anyway, people. Oh, that was Cool in the Gang. And we're not going to play in the summertime, okay, because I just don't feel like doing that. Oh, In the Dust? Oh, God, this is Two Live Crew. I can't play that song. Whew. That song right there is hilariously inappropriate for YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem people are having is they are being sucked in to hearing a word over and over and over and over and over and over again. 9/11 terrorist attack, 9/11 terrorist bombing, 9/11 terrorist attack, 9/11 terrorist bombing. And so you get conditioned to hearing the word and you forget its original definition. You don't break it all down. The only way you are required to pay taxes is if you are a corporation registered with the state, and if you don't want to pay taxes, then you have to do the exemption. What's the exemption? Well, what federal is the 8832. It's not whether or not they approve you as exempt. You don't need to be approved. You just need to file the form. They'll tell you, we need to approve you. No, you just need to notify them properly. But now, wait. There's a lot more to it. That's why you got to do your research. Just like before you go out there shouting, I'm a non-taxpayer, I'm a non-taxpayer. You have to remember at the beginning of the year, when you didn't do it, you're liable because you said you were a taxpayer at the beginning of the year when you did your W-2s. Okay? You said you were a taxpayer, so you're liable for those taxes. So morons, that's right, the ones who can't think. More on that later. He's trying to say more on that later and moron. He's trying to correlate the two. He's so funny. Okay. You will file for a refund this year. You cannot claim you're not a taxpayer this year because you already said at the beginning of the year, and if you didn't say it, it's presumption of law that you were a taxpayer. So go ahead and file for your return. But go to your employer, beginning of the year, exempt. Those of you who want to do this, you ain't got to do this. I'm not suggesting you do this. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you that you have been announcing that you're a taxpayer. You're going to have to start letting, and don't say to your employer, I'm a non-taxpayer, okay? You can't take no taxes out of my paycheck, okay? No, that's not what you do. Your employer is a corporation required to announce to the IRS that it has employees, because the IRS is looking for the employees who are taxpayers. That's who they have jurisdiction over. Go ahead and read the tax code. Okay, so don't go yelling at your employer as if your employer's doing something wrong. Don't go saying, I ain't doing no W-2s, no W-9s, no W-4s, no W anything. You can't take no taxes out of my paycheck. Okay, y'all need to get rid of that ignorance. You're listening to people do videos and they are steering you wrong. That's why you're ending up with these penalties and these problems. That's why you're ending up without a job, because you're sitting up there telling your employer, oh no, F you and F the FBI and F the Federal Reserve and F the IRS. I am going to do what I want to do. Okay, and you're going to hire me and you're going to ignore everything I do. And if they come after you, oh well, that's what you get. Okay, that's what you're doing to your employer. Your employer's just doing what he's required to do, or she is required to do. As a corporation, they are required to send these forms out. They are required to give you these forms. You are the one who have to notify the IRS that you are not a taxpayer. Okay? Just that simple. So how do you do that? First, exempt, W-2, W-9. You can do it at the beginning of the year. Well, my employer, they don't give us a new one every year. That's right, because it is considered acquiescence after the first time you do it, because it is going to remain that way until you go and correct the record. So tell your employer, just like my friend did, I need another W-2, I need another W-9, I need another W-4. Whichever one of those forms you fill out for employment these days. I don't know which one it is. Okay, just tell them you need a withholdings form. It's called a tax withholding form. You authorize them to take taxes out of your paycheck when you do a tax withholding form because you are saying you're a taxpayer. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to leave this one on taxpayer. Okay, so I'm spending so much time talking about it. So you do the tax withholding form and you say exempt. Okay, and you can still claim three dependents if it's you, yourself, and I. If it's you, yourself, and I, you got a wife, you got children, then you claim each one of them independently as dependents. Your wife, your children, okay, that gives you 5 deductions. If you have wife and 4 children, that gives you 8 deductions. If you have a wife, your grandmama, and your mama living in the same house plus 4 other children, then you just count up the deductions and you put that on your paperwork and you put exempt. Okay? Let them take out for Social Security. Let them take out for the other stuff, FISA or whatever it is. Let them take that stuff. Don't worry about that. That's nothing problem. You just don't worry. Let that go. Let that go. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Okay? The idea is you won't ever have to do a income tax, excuse me, you won't ever have to do a 1040 ever again at that point. You are not required to file at that point. Okay? Wait, hold on. Some of y'all done you can't do that. Some of y'all done turned it off already, done turned the video off, and you running out there to fill out forms without going and doing some research, people. Okay? You cannot, God, and you must not do stupid things like that. That's right, I said stupid. Stupid. Womp, 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 womp. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have game over. Womp, 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 womp. You don't want to be stupid. Do your research. Okay? But the idea is all of you want to wait until April or January or February to get a tax return as if they're doing you a benefit. You need to do the math. You need to add it up, and you need to realize that you're going to get at least 25% more of a return by going exempt for the first 6 months. Those of you who don't want any problems at all, you go exempt the first 6 months, you claim all of your deductions, and then you go with just the deductions the last 6 months. Okay? You will end up getting more back in taxes that way. If you do it the other way, can't tell you which way that is, then you'll get more than 38% over the course of the year. You have to do your research. You have to go talk to an actual tax agent, okay, CPA, okay? Just that simple. Just letting you know, so that you know. Hey, y'all. Fancy restaurants, y'all. Okay. Got a bank account bigger than the law should allow. That's Drew Hill, with the song Incomplete. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gotta clear my throat, Dougie Fresh. The problem is, you all need to understand, income tax is voluntary. You have been volunteering. What's happening is you guys are doing all of these forms, and each one of them are announcing that you're a taxpayer. You're failing to rebut the presumption, but through acquiescence, you are saying that you are a taxpayer. That's why the courts are coming down so hard on people. Okay? Those of you who are going through all of this stuff, you think that they're doing you wrong. They're not doing nothing to you. You guys keep saying they're crooked and they're thieves and they're all, ladies and gentlemen, they're not any of those things. It's just that they know things that you don't know. They know that as long as the presumption is there that you are a taxpayer and you gave them authority to have that presumption, what did you do? Well, you told them you were a taxpayer. You were filling out forms identifying yourself as a taxpayer. Well, you snitched on yourself. That's right, you're a snitch. Okay? You told them you were a taxpayer, and then at the end you want to act like a non-taxpayer and say, no, I don't owe you that money. You told them I'm going to pay you. You gave them an IOU. As a taxpayer, I owe you. Okay? And I'm going to give you whatever it is you asked me for because I just told you I was a taxpayer and that I would pay you. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the next video is going to talk about mortgages, how we got into this mess, and what you should be saying, what I would say if I were you. Okay? I can't help loving you, but I found you much too late. I'll give anything and everything to hear you say that you'll stay. That's Drew Hill, y'all. Have a very good day. Have a very good life. Have a very good night. We will talk in just a moment during the next video to help you guys out to understand that the government does owe you, and I can prove it. All right. Gotta go.